Okay, so that's the love of Mamavi. I don't know if it's me, but when Atukwamina Dadsi first showed me this, the love of Mamavi, he thought I knew about it, I had something to do with it. Absolutely nothing until I saw these gentlemen yesterday. So, Welinam Jiwonu Novo is a play director, the love of Mamavi, obviously, and Niai Solomon is also a playwright. So good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Where's this Mamavi coming from? Who is that? Is it me?
No, actually, Mamavi is a special woman in my life.
Okay.
She's actually my mom. So in 2011, when the BBC Playwright competition was in, I was told by one of my lecturers to put together a play for the BBC. And so in writing the story, I needed a character to use and a name that was not common. And so I thought about my mom, because her name, I hardly see people use that name. You were the only person I knew then who was called Mamavi, so I decided to use the name Mamavi for the play.
Still, I'm trying to recover. But you directed this play, Willingham. What was your motivation?
Well, I met Nia in January this year. Like, we've known each other on the poetry scene. We were at the Right Experience, and he asked me if I wanted to work with him and direct a play. I said, let me read the play. I read the play, and there was a little bias. I'm ever Mamavi, so I think that is where the motivation started. Yeah.
I was a bit surprised that you decided to use the name, because it's not like a name that a lot of people will be able to relate so quickly. Like, what are you talking about, kind of?
Well, because it's not common, it is a rare name. It sounds nice if you put, yes, I mean, romantic if for lack
it's romantic,
for lack of a better word. Yeah. So people, it resonates with people when people hear. So what is this Mamavi thing? What is this Mamavi thing? Maybe I don't think if we had used the love of Millicent or something, it would have resonated with you the way it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, but you guys are very young, and this is what you do.
Yeah.
Is it passion or it's a profession?
I want to say that it's passion that is being turned into a profession now. I started as a poet. I write a lot of poetries, and I should say that I am a published poet, for that matter. But taking up the challenge of putting together scripts was something that has always been with me. And as a result, when I met Wolinam and we discussed the whole concept, we thought that no, we can do this as a profession by staging different stage plays, because we have a lot of talent and we have the skills to write. And so we decided to take it up.
Well, these days when you ask people what they want to do, I have never heard anybody say I want to be a playwright or a theater director or something of the sort. You'd hear journalist, you hear lawyer, that kind of thing. But this is your profession.
Exactly.
You love doing it?
Of course I do.
So do you see it, is it the passion that is driving the profession or what?
Well, passion is important, but passion alone won't put food on the table for you. Yeah. So then we turn it into a profession. For me, it is something I have grown with since I was born, all the way from secondary school to University of Ghana. So for me, it is a come to stay thing.
Any objections from parents because this would not fetch you a lot of money from the beginning?
Of course, very, very strong objections. Like the day I got my admission letter, my father was like, "Hey, and I was like, and he wasn't so happy, but he couldn't really talk about it. Just said, okay, fine, go do it. Let's see what comes out. But make sure you go to law school after you are done with it.
Oh, really? So that was a condition?
Yes, that was a condition.
So are you still going to do the law?
Oh, no, I'm not really interested in law. I'm interested in diverting to communications, so that theater communications, people, it works that way for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it work? Take me through your struggles, because, you have to hustle for a while before, you hit the jackpot.
It has been a very difficult road for us, because initially when we began, we didn't think of even starting a small company, because a company has to produce the play. And so when we started putting everything together, then I think Wolinam asked me, so what do we say to the public who is producing the play? Then it dawned to us that, hey, we have to start a small company, then register it and all of that. But we started from zero. We didn't have money. We went to several companies. None of them wanted to sponsor because they said it was a new thing. And so we just had to rely on friends, and then we had to rely on our passion to push it forward. And there has been times when I had to take money from Wolingham and some of my crew members for us to even pay for the venue. Went to borrow 2,000 to pay for the venue, and we're still borrowing because we believe in the dream, we believe in what we have, and we know that the product we are selling is an excellent one, and we are assuring Ghanaians that they would definitely see something they've not seen before. And so it has been a very difficult road, but let me hurriedly say that we've also had a few people who had come to support after they saw what we were able to do. Some came for a photo shoot, and when they saw it, when they saw the posters we released, because we don't want to bend on excellence. So we are trying our best to make sure that we put up a good
I get it, but it's also important that you get crew members who kind of understand that this is a process. We may not make a lot of money right now, but we will someday. How did you get people who could understand you?
You know, just like my parents don't agree to me doing theater, there are people out there who want to do theater, who want to get into performance, but you know, they find themselves sitting in offices. And so we talk to these people, and they're like, yeah, I want to be part of it, but these are the conditions. We rehearse at this time. This is what we are putting in. Are you ready to put this in? I mean, people have run away. Surely people are falling. A lot of people have given up, but some have still hung on, and here we are.
Yeah. Do you look at Uncle Ibu and then you think we will get there? How does he inspire you?
Well, I think we will get there and surpass what he has done. Not to downplay anything he has done, but I think my background, the people I know, has shaped me in a certain way. I have met people. So today when I call somebody, I want you to help me with this set, it is easier for me to get those people to help me. Abu White is an inspiration to a lot of people.
Because, you know, he also started just like the way that you're narrating it. I think that if he decides to talk about it today, it will be like a story. But that's like real living, real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah, I mean, we look up to him. He has rejuvenated the whole theater scene in Ghana, and I'm sure that if he hadn't taken that bold step to do it, maybe some of us would not want to follow in his shoes. And so we really look up to Ebo Height, and we take inspiration from him and his team, Roverman. And actually, one of the guys who is in the Nisaki happened to be a very good friend of mine. We all started from nothing, and in quotes, we all started church acting and all of that. So I'm happy to see Nisaki doing the great stuff he's doing with Roverman. So
I tell you what, I've had some lecturers from the University of Ghana be here from, you know, your department, and I've asked why we don't have story, you know, out there. Is there something that you think about? Because there are places where we could fill. I mean, there are spots where we could strategically fill, but I feel we're not taking advantage of it. We don't have a lot of radio plays.
Actually, originally, this play was written as a radio play for the BBC in 2011. So the goal of Village Minds production is that every stage play we produce on stage would do a radio version of it. So
you keep referring, I think we've mentioned Mamavi, we keep referring to it. What's the story about, really?
Okay, basically The Love of Mamavi is a story that essentially talks about people who live in a compound house, which is very typical of many African homes. And these people come from different cultural backgrounds, and as a result, they hail their tribes very supreme. So we have the Gaman there, we have Eve, we have Akan, and all of that. And Mamavi is a young, beautiful university girl who happens to have lived in the compound house. His father is Efo, who is an old soldier. But Mamavi happens to have fallen in love with Ajite. Now, Efo and Auntie Adole, who happens to be Ajite's mother, never click. So tension mounts one day in the house, and Efo, as an old soldier, decides to shoot Mamavi. So it took the love that Mamavi has for Ajite to unite the entire people living on the compound house. This is we are saying that Africa, we live in a compound house, and if we can learn to respect each other and help each other, then we can be able to solve all our developmental challenges that we face. So if something is happening to Togo, if you can lend a hand to Togo, then they can solve your problems. Anytime they have a problem, then of course, if they don't solve it, they will move down to Ghana, and then our population gets to increase, they get to share resources with us, and so on and so forth. So basically, this is what the love of Mamavi is all about. Using
so
love,
taking the typical Ghanaian home,
Yes.
which is, you know, like the compound house setting,
Exactly.
and broadening it, not only taking it to the national level, because I see you're traveling to other countries as well. Okay.
So using love as an element in preaching peace and togetherness.
Okay, fantastic. When is this play showing?
It's showing on the 27th of November 2015.
Okay.
7 p.m.
This is a live stage play.
Yes.
Okay.
No cuts.
No second takes.
No.
But this will be your major, you know, your first play actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is our first major play, so we are paying very close attention to details. Those who would come, they would see a proper compound house set on stage with a bathroom, with a kitchen, all on one stage.
With a toilet, or it will be a public toilet?
And thankfully, the set was designed by Wolinam.
Okay.
So those who know him to be a set designer know what he's capable of doing. So we are encouraging everyone to come and see the play next week, Friday, 27th November.
Next week, Friday?
Yes, next week, Friday.
Where is it happening?
At the Amphitheatre of the Alliance Française.
All right. How much do you have to pay to see the play?
It's just 20 cedis.
Okay.
And we have Guinness supporting us, so there's going to be free drinks at the gate. So you buy the ticket, and then you get a bottle of water, and then some free drinks as well before you go and get a seat.
All right. We have to wrap up. I want to say thank you, but let me read this message which came earlier when I was talking to the sweet children. Hakeem from Wa, was enjoying it and going through every little bit of the conversation. So I thank you for your message. Let's see this. This is Adams Abu from Sunyai Magazine. Says this movie is all about you, truly, the love of Mamavi. Mamavi, I love watching your program. Thank you very much. I wish it was about me, but no, it's not. Nyai is celebrating his mother, but the fact that it's the same name, listen, is me. I love it. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
I wish you the very best. Wolinam Jiwonu Novo is a playwright, director, The Love of Mamavi, and Nyai Solomon is also a playwright. I'm just going to be ending this with some of the rehearsals, because what you have is whilst you're rehearsing for the play. And finally, Chairman Adekoka will be here with Roland Walker. We're talking the NDC primaries. Stay with us.
Be on stage with
During rehearsals, I look out for blockings, I look out for stage movements, I look out for characterization from the other actors as well, the role they are playing, so I can get to really understand the role they are playing. And definitely that goes a long way to help me to build my character, as well as come out with what the playwright and the director is looking for in the script.
It's a great story, and it requires great props, to make it more nicer for the viewers to enjoy.
One good thing is that our sponsors have really come on board to make available every fabric, every material we will need to make the costumes. So we are not really deficient. We don't lack anything that we will need.
I'm sure people should be very happy to come see this production, because it's going to be one of the nicest stage plays ever.